Chi Creation, Love and Light, Part 15. So, we've got Kirlian photography, and when we look at that, we can see that the sun's not made out of a physical substance. It's made out of a spiritual substance, for what light actually is in that kind of way. And its interplay between the physical, like the gaps and stuff. In one aspect, they look like sun flares or sunspots. They're kind of making those similar patterns. So, and this happens with all life, it's showing you the sacredness of all such things. So, flowers, how they represent the sun, and how all life represents the sun as well. So, we've got those kind of flowers. So, like the neutron star, all the light that comes out of the end and stuff like, it's like it comes out both ends, but this would be the other side. So we've got an apple. So again, sun-like. And if we turn it, we could get a peacock pattern. There's all the light, all that interplays and stuff, all the surface as well. So it comes around the corner and then all the light starts to appear. So then we have as differences to a slice of meat when you've got all the amount of light that comes from it compared to the apple. So if we consider like I suppose like the expression of like you are what you eat and stuff like, but the amount of light, the amount of chi that's in there, how potent it is in that kind of comparison. You know what chi is? It's life force energy, isn't it? So in that kind of sense. Also, source. So if we compare to that, then that seems like not fully ungodly because it's got some light, you know what I mean? But most of it, there's an absence of it. So you got mushrooms. That's quite cool. You got an organic mushroom and a commercially grown mushroom, and so there's a lot less light coming out of that one. This is a fingerprint, so it's dark in the middle. And so again, like the black hole and the sun. Oh, it's a close-up one so you can see its surface. And edge. And you got your two soulmates. Which also, because we spoke about like the sun and the moon, Rahu and Ketu, all those kind of things and stuff. One of the things I was thinking is that because you got more seeds than just two in an apple, so you got that potential for more in that kind of sense. And so this is how we experience the realm when we're awake. Like when we're stood up, we walk through the realm like this. I should have said it other way around. When we're asleep, we're this way. So, right, I'll start again. When we're awake, we're stood up, and we experience the realm like this. And when we go to sleep, we go into the chi world, like the dream world, the spirit world and such. So then we experience the world like that whilst we're laid flat, you know. So it shifts in a way. So like in this sense, like, oops, all right, I'll start again. Well, so this represents the physical. You're seeing the horizon. You're seeing the sun. Its reflection on water. It even looks like clouds. You can see the waves, all that kind of stuff. And so we walk upright and we're awake. We're like walking in spirit in that kind of sense, in our spiritual experience. Like we say about with emotions, we're faced with them every day. You can't escape the spiritual challenges of day to day life and stuff. So we walk upright when we're awake. When we go to sleep, as body, it 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 copies the environment of the flatness in that kind of sense. So the body lays down like the plane, and then as we experience that as the spiritual. So that's more like a representation of a spiritual. It's like when you're laid down, if your body's laid down, then that's the direction of it all. So you lay it down, it's that way, but you pivot it up in a way. So then we've got the hand. So when we've got the photography, you see all the light coming out, but the physical is obstructing it. So that's like dark, and there's no light there. So it doesn't mean it's black. It's just not perceivable. And also, you can see like the cymatic patterns of like the ocean floor. So when it makes those patterns on the ocean floor, that's like the matchup. It matches up with the chi, like we saw on the mushrooms and the so the other mushrooms with some red mushrooms as well, but I meant like the brain mushrooms, but we're both going to show the same thing. So again, like we're made of light, so we are the sun in that one sense. And so I don't know what this one's about because it's like the different color, but so what is the color orientation? Is it a different type of photography? Or has the colour been added to it? I don't know. There's a couple of them like this, but most of them are more blue-like. But you can see all like the fiery texture, like sunspots or whatever and stuff. And then like the surface as well. So how it kind of mimics that black hole pattern. So another one, I suppose you can see like the ocean waves, like the teeth of a wave. And so why this becomes like a matchup, it matches with the chi, so it enables it for the fingers, like the roll of the fingers and such, and the rest of the body, the ribs, the teeth, the eyes. It depends which part of the wave you're looking at, but also like that sunlight there, those sun colours. There is some red, but like I say, mainly blue. It's supposed to be upper body, so apparently it's got like the soul as well. Oh, it's orbiting bodies, so it's chakras, the soul and its chakras and such. I don't know, is that his eyes? I don't know what the line's about as such, but that's what the photography is. His finger, you can see his fingerprint. But again, so like the black hole, I can't zoom in, so I have to go close with my phone. But this is what you get in Abyss. It's a kumquat cross section, so it's cut in half, and they've taken the photography. So I think that's the best I'm going to get for a clear picture. It's a shame. Sometimes that grey bar adjusts it sometimes, but it's not doing it. This is a flower. So remember the star picture early on in this series? It was a picture of a star that looked like a brain. It was illustrated to look like a brain. So you had like all your brain patterns, and then you had energy coming around it, and it might have even I can't remember, light or an actual eye at the centre or something like that kind of thing. It might not have had to be eye actually, I can't remember. But in the same sense, it's showing you the same thing. It's such a similar pattern. So how the flower is the sun is a star, and you compare all the other stars and all that kind of thing. You got your outer shell, you got your inner ring in that kind of sense. There could be more rings. It's like that could be a ring, that's a ring, that's a ring. There might be, as many rings as you can fit in that kind of sense and stuff. But so it's another one. So you're seeing the chakra, like the sun, and then the petals. It's included all the veins through the petals, and so you keep seeing that like neural network of the brain in that kind of sense, of the heart. So how the chakra manifests into physical. We're seeing that example in that way. It's quite cool because of colour. The sun-like. And then the petals are also like dome-like, like shards of glass, looking like transparent and stuff. See another flower. So in that same kind of thing, like the brain and the chakra of the star with its outer ring, all that kind of thing. Even if that first one, because, started getting second thoughts about that first one. It looked like there were mushrooms in it and stuff like that kind of thing, so maybe. It might be genuine, but not mushrooms. So, yeah, I think it is genuine actually. So we've got another one. So we see Nokchi. So then again, with this wispy kind of pattern, it's giving you that fairy kind of culture. And so if you see like orbs and wisps type things and stuff like that kind of thing, like where would they come from? It's much more likely that they'd come from flowers than anything else, being nature spirits and such. So again, that would suggest that such things are also sacred. So another example. Again, you got the yellow and the black. So you got the black part, got centre. And all the chi. This is water. I think it were a glass of water. One of them's normal water. One of them's dialectic water. So this was showing you a difference. Plants, which look quite cool. Again, you got this orange colour, which comes with it and stuff. Like I said, most of it's blue, but at the same time, it's expressing that kind of. It has got that sun colour kind of thing. This is the book, or a picture of it. I don't know what it is at the front of cover, but how it looks, you know, a bit like the black hole type thing. You've got like the black hole, the sunlight going around it, and then it's bending all this around it, the light even further around it. And then it's got even this grey mist, which could be potentially like the dome going around it and stuff like. But I don't believe that that's what it is. I think it's something else. But say it's a flower, right? And we're just seeing all the energy and none of the physical, then it's showing you the shape of a chakra. Like we say about like the micro, the macro, like, you know, from first series, like, you know, all to do with like, you know, how we all came from the plants and such. Oh, should we go for this one? Yeah, go on. So we got beetles, gold beetles. So, you know, like referencing the sun in that kind of sense and such. And then it's also got its canopy, its protective shield, its protective dome. It's also see-through. So the micro, the macro. And so it's same again with ring, of a light bending around it and such. And then your dome kind of aspect to it as well. And it kind of like, you know, like turtles. We spoke about turtles before, didn't we? Like the water going over, and it kind of creates a protective barrier for the water rolling underneath and stuff. Or the energy of the water, which is kind of going forward before it becomes a wave. Like the hump of a wave. So you got another one of them. More of the glass dome you can see there. The sun. Your horizon line as well. So your peacock. Ocean waves. It's a bit better. It's a bit bright. Red in centre of that one. It's the gold one. And then we've got it with green. So then we've got like the sunlight under the water, like the shallow water where it goes green. So then if we can see the sun as well, it'll kind of make it all golden yellow and stuff like. So you're going from that transition from the colours. So, you know, going deeper into green. Is it like the cloud cover? And then you got those cymatic patterns in all that sun colours and all the ocean colours of the ocean and such. the horizon line. Mini gold. And seat body. It looks just like the sun. I mean, you got its head, you got your yin, your yang, your realm, your black hole. You got the peacock feather, which goes around it, so you can see that the black hole is like the foundation for the shape of our anatomy. So it's not just the ocean; it's the entire realm that we become like a micro of a macro of. I thought that was quite cool. It's like it's got the black hole thing there on it. I don't think it's a lamp, you know what I mean? It looks like it's actually there. So again, I've seen that micro to the macro, the peacock feather, the realm, the sky, the reflection on the ocean. All the red that goes with it. The bright white light, waves crashing, waves catching the sunlight. It's all that fiery colour. Like that association with the sun, but all the splashy inconsistency is also matching with the waves as well. So when you get a hump of water, it fits the shell, it fits the dome. So it matches it up, and it's like we've got a fit. So then the plant is gonna, it can grow that. It'll work and stuff. It's designed for this environment. It knows how much oxygen's in there. It knows what the weight and density of a realm is, the pressure, etc. So again, the heart shape, the peacock feather, the realm, yin and yang. I see it like that example before that I was struggling with. You've got this line here, right? So that's like the mirrored reflection. It goes between there, but you've got the yin and the yang. And so we've got like the yin above and the yang below. So how it all correlates to like the shape of a design of the animal. I kind of spoke about it in previous episodes and stuff about, all that kind of thing. Like, but it's showing you the examples in nature. Oh, hold on. So we've got this, and so we can see the peacock feather. It's got the waves that come in at this side. When we're looking at the horizon and all that kind of thing. And it's also got this part, it comes in and then it comes out. And so it's showing you the yin yang aspect of it, 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 it can go either ways in a sense and stuff like, but they're all kind of relevant. See, like that's like straight on or whatever. So it's not getting like, you're not seeing it the same. You're not having that, like what is it, the previous one's got like the bottom of an apple. I won't zoom in, but it's got that UFO shape to it again. It's zoomed in now. It did well then. And then you got those examples as well. It's a really small picture. It's a shame. No, I'll give up on that one. But that's as important one, really. So, like we see it there. So you got the point, and when it goes in. So then we've got it there. It's both ways. So it comes out, but it also goes in. It comes out, but it also goes in. But it's a mirror reflection. And so if you only looked at an angle, then you'd miss that part out. So then you'd have your apple shape, the bottom of an apple. Inside the onion, you got two suns. So you got your male and your female sun, as both are vitally important in that kind of sense and stuff. And to like reiterate the previous episode, we were talking about the like you've got the soulmates of the realm, basically. So it's not one entity; it's two. So you've got the yin and the yang, you know. Together, there's a oneness to them, but that's just like a couple, you know. Two people come together, but their own individualities. So like there's the difference between like the Baphomet in that kind of sense. That's like one guy saying is both. You know what I mean, and stuff like. Doesn't need a soulmate, I suppose, but yeah, but like in that sense, you've got like your heavenly Father is the masculine, which lives in the divine feminine. The divine feminine is like the spiritual realm. And then down here we have the earthly mother, who lives in the physical realm. And so she makes this realm fertile in that kind of sense, which we have discussed on previous episodes as well. But this it shows it in part of like, you know, what the realm is when we're looking at this black hole variation of the realm in that kind of sense. It's yellow as well, like the sunlight. So eyes as well, as in the same sense. Like you've got like it tapers off, and so then you've got the eye inside it in that kind of way. You turn it round, and then you've got the tapering off going the other direction, and so that'd be like the middle of the face. The nose would be there, and then you'd have another one, and so your eyes represent the realm as well. You know, like the chakra. Every part of you is it's the same thing in that kind of sense. Oh, that's the Heavenly Father and the Earthly Mother, maybe. I think we're going to talk about that at that point. Um, like spirit realm and the physical realm. Maybe it's upside down. And you've got all your layers, so all your domes in that kind of sense. Another one I kind of considered is like how China said about in their ancient cosmology stuff. They speak about like there's only heaven and earth. We don't have a hell in that kind of sense and stuff like. So you know, your karma's your karma, isn't it? You know, I think that can be dealt here in that kind of sense and stuff like. Um, and also female anatomy. This kind of depicts it kind of quite well. You've got your same shape as the black hole. So in that kind of sense, where are we? We're seeing that same shape in that kind of way. It depends whether you lay down or stand it up in that kind of way and stuff like. But another, because it, like I say, it represents the realm in that kind of sense. So how that is the portal, you know, like from the first series about how we came from the flowers and the flowers are chakra. So how this all connects and how this is relatable to the entirety of the macro in that kind of way. Because, you know, like when I was doing that spider episode, the the trails of the auric pattern and all that kind of stuff, like it was a bit far out, like in the Waves of Enlightenment series. So give it a first grasping at those straws and stuff like. It kind of like, you know, difficult to make the claim in a sense and stuff. Um, and another thing about this I want to add is how sex is sacred, and it's like the government tried to toxify and the I don't think it's a sin either. You know what I mean? It's gonna like when you're doing a sin. You know what I mean, and stuff like. But this is like more of a sacred thing. You know what I mean? It's producing life and such. So it's like the ultimate form of qigong. You cut it the other way, a foursome straight down, and then you've got the male anatomy in that kind of sense as well. All your rings as well. For all your waves, when your waves come round, and it traps that water, which makes it that shape. So yeah, how it connects to the flower. Oh, that's like a micro of a macro. And the sunlight colours. But I'm paranoid it's going to cut me off. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all later. Cheers.